Welcome back to the channel, guys. It's been a real short ice season up here, and open water season is already upon us. So setting up, putting some new line on my trout rods. There's a bunch of videos probably about this already on YouTube, but I'm making this video because I made a YouTube short probably a couple years ago now of how to easily spool up a spinning reel for trout. And it got a lot of attention, but a lot of people were kind of complaining that I didn't show the knots. It was hard to understand what I was doing. There was some people saying I was doing some type of trickery or whatever with getting the line on the spool. But honestly, I only had about like 30 seconds within. It was a YouTube short, so they only give you like 30 seconds or whatever it is to make the video. So I couldn't show everything in depth. So I wanted to do that in this video here and kind of just show you guys everything that video missed. But this is just the easiest, fastest way that I know how to spool up a reel with mono. So I'll talk about my setup real quick. I know some of you guys have been following the channel already know what I'm going to show you here. This is a 7-foot ultralight JT panhandler. It's got an alien reel seat, real low profile, lightweight, lots of sensitivity. We got really nice line guides here, and then the last few guides are actually recoil line guides, which you can step on them, bend them, they freeze up, you can break it free easily. They're very durable. So this is a one-piece rod, really nice, high-end rod that's made for basically catching panfish, and I use it for trout and it works awesome. So if you guys want to buy this rod, I have a promo code for you guys to use. It saves you some money on your order through JT. Promo code's down in the description below, as well as a link for this rod. And just type in that promo code, you get some money off your order from JT, everything on their site. The reel I'm using is a Shimano Stratic 1000 size. 1000 is a pretty good overall size for trout in the Shimano reels. Never really had problems with Shimano. Really good drag. This is a high-end reel. You don't need one that nice. Any Shimano works really, really well. I'll leave this one down in the description below as well. And this combo is super deadly and catch a lot of fish on it. So I caught this guy here last year on this setup. It was a heck of a fight, a 22-inch brown, and that rod landed him beautifully. So I'm mostly casting small spoons like this Trout Whisperer tackle, 1/8 ounce spoon here, smaller spinners, crankbaits, and doing some float fishing as well with this setup. So pretty lightweight stuff, up to like a 1/4 ounce, 1/8 1/4 ounce, works pretty well with this setup here. So what I'm using for line, I've been using this for years and I love it. I have no reason to change really. I know some guys like braid, but I really prefer this over braid. This is P-Line CX Premium in the moss green color, 6-pound. And this is just a really big spool of it that I get, but I sell these in smaller spools on Trout Whisperer Tackle website, link them down below. You can go and buy a spool that will do a reel, so you don't have to buy this whole thing. So the reason I like this stuff is because it's a mono, but it's fluorocarbon coated, and it gives it that abrasion resistance, still has good stretch to it. And this stuff is super strong. It says it's 6-pound, but man, it takes a lot to break it when you get snagged or something. So the first thing you got to do with this line to get it on your reel is put a perfection loop at the end of this line. This is the hardest part of the whole thing, and it's relatively simple. This is the part I didn't show you in the YouTube short. So I'm gonna go out to the kitchen and show you how to do it. There's probably 3 million videos on YouTube how to do a perfection loop, but I'm gonna show you how to do it right here because you guys were complaining and wanted to see how it was done. It's super quick, super fast. You only gotta do this 1 knot to get this on your spool here. So let's go out, I'll show you how to do that real quick. So we start by forming a loop like this. You wanna make sure it's going behind, the shorter piece, the tag end is going behind the other one. Pinch it together like that. So again, we went behind. Now we want to go over the top with the next loop, make it a little bit smaller like that. So over the top of the first loop and around the back, pinch that with your finger. So this is what we got, 2 loops. And then you take your tag end, put it between the 2 loops, kind of pinch that together, and then reach through your first loop, grab the second loop, and pull it tight. And it's going to be a little weird with this larger diameter rope, but there is your perfection loop. Just like that, it's done. All right, so we got a piece of mono here. I'm just going to show you guys kind of real-time speed how this perfection loop is tied, and once you get used to tying it, you should be able to do it pretty fast like this. So here we go. Make our loop, second loop, through the middle, pull it tight, perfection loop. All right, so now you guys know how to do the perfection loop on this line. So I'm gonna go ahead and do it here, right on camera. I'm gonna do this. The size of the loop doesn't really matter for this as long as you get a perfection loop, so that's it. That's how long it took, a couple seconds. So here's our perfection loop. I'm gonna use this paracord to show the next step because this is where people got a little bit confused as well because it was just hard to pick up that smaller monofilament on camera. You wanna go through your first guide at least, kind of keeps everything nice and straight line to your reel. Go down to your reel, flip open the bail, take your perfection loop, double your line over, and stick it through the loop, just like that. You can keep pulling, and then you have created a slip loop. With mono, this will work a little bit better, but here you go. You can see, now this thing loosens and tightens all on its own. You pull it tight, it gets tight, you can loosen it. So now we take that and put it around our reel, just like this, and pull it tight. Now you can flip your bail over and start reeling line on this reel. Now this is where it can cause some problems, and this is where people kind of got confused. And I'm going to show it on this bigger spool here. So let's say this is our spool for on our reel here. We put our line over it, we pull it tight, we flip our bail and start reeling. If this thing's reeling this way, you can see that line isn't getting tight, it's just spinning around on your spool. It's not getting tight, it's not reeling up any line. So what you'll have to do is loosen that up and flip everything over. So when you start reeling, the knot pulls tight this way and then it will start reeling around your reel. And that'll hold everything all together, it won't slip at all. You can see that it's just spinning around on the spool. It's not getting tight. No line is getting reeled on there. So open your bail, loosen that loop, take it off, and flip it over the other direction. Pull it tight, flip your bail. Now, when we start reeling, you can see the line going right on the spool. So now you can just sit here, hold some tension on your line a little bit, and start reeling. But you want to watch the way that that's coming off the spool and the way it's going on to your reel. You want it going the same direction. This reel is winding the line on this way, and that's how it's coming off this reel. So if it's not going the right way, you can flip this over and then reel it on that way. Just if you start getting a lot of twists or kind of little knots starting in your line as you're spooling this up, you want to probably flip that over, but it should go on pretty straight. So let's kind of fast forward this. I'll show you how much we're going to put on here. A little bit more. You don't want to overfill these. The first few times you use it, you'll open that bail and it'll all dump right off if you've overfilled it. So that's pretty good right there. So you can see just how far I've filled the spool. There's a little bit of a bevel there on the spool. I don't know if the camera will pick that up very well. And you can see I've stopped right on the edge of that, just shy of it. And now we're ready to go fishing. That's all it is, quick and simple. Just do those few little tricks there in the beginning. Your line goes on nice and smooth, nice and straight, and you're ready to catch some fish for the rest of the year. So good luck this season, guys. Hope that was helpful. Maybe a little bit easier for you guys to spool your rods up. If you guys are looking for some new tackle this season, go check out Trout Whisperer Tackle Company down in the description below. I make all the stuff there myself, spoons, spinners, crankbaits, and it's all geared towards trout fishing. So go check it out. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.